Hey boys, how are you today? Hope you're doing good. I heard from mommy that you got to stay at a pretty nice place last night and today. I don't know quite where you're going uh, this afternoon, but I hope it's another nice place. And I hope you guys are having a lot of fun. Mommy told me you had a nice breakfast buffet this morning, so that's exciting. I had Cheerios, so maybe not quite as good. All right, well, don't really have any Pokemon stuff for you today. I haven't been out doing much, but I have a question for you, Jackson Thomas, and Daniel. You can let me know what you think as well. But Jackson, because it's your birth week, as we get closer to your birthday, if you want, as a kind of a celebration, I can evolve some of our big important things like Tyranitar or Feraligatr or um, Typhlosion. Those are all ready to evolve. So think and let me know. Is that something that would be fun for you on your birthday or close to your birthday to see videos of those evolved? Or do you want to wait until all three of us are together? We can do it in the same room. You think about it, you let me know, okay? And Daniel, you get to have an opinion on this too, okay? So we are going to jump into Genesis 37. And we are going to start reading about the story of Joseph. Now, you guys have probably heard the story of Joseph in Sunday school and church in different ways. And so that's good. You'll know that you remember probably a lot of the basics of what's happening, but hopefully we'll be able to get into it with a little more depth and learn some new things. So, let's dive in, shall we? Genesis 37. Jacob lived in the land where his father had stayed, the land of Canaan. These are the family records of Jacob. At 17 years of age, Joseph tended sheep with his brothers. The young man was working with the sons of Bilhah and Zilpah, his father's wives, and he brought a bad report about them to their father. Now remember, Joseph at this point was among the youngest of the children. So he was the son of Rachel, which was Jacob's favorite wife, remember? Rachel was the woman that he really loved. But he had lots of other sons with other women. And so they were all working in the family business, being shepherds. And Joseph apparently was kind of like the supervisor in some ways. Jacob, the father, would send Joseph to kind of make sure the work was getting done right and then come and report back to him. So, question for you guys is, how do you think it would feel if one brother was being treated much better than the other brothers? What do you think? Let's see what happens. Verse 3, now Israel, that's Jacob, remember God changed his name. Now Israel loved Joseph more than his other sons, because Joseph was a son born to him in his old age, and he made a robe of many colors for him. When his brothers saw that their father loved him more than all his brothers, they hated him, and could not bring themselves to speak peaceably about him. Now this coat, it's different than when we go to Walmart today and buy interesting things, right? They had to make all their own clothes for the most part. And so to make clothes of different colors was really complicated and it was really expensive. They had to find their own dyes, right? They had to dye the material. So clothes that were multicolored, and especially certain colors like purple that were hard to find dyes for, those were the most valuable. So the fact that Joseph got this cloak, most people only had a few kinds of clothes. They had like a regular garment that they would wear. Sometimes they would have a coat or cloak they would put on over top of it if it got chilly or if the sun was beating down. So the fact that Joseph had this special cloak, special coat, kind of was a symbol of his father's loving him more. And by the way, that was wrong of Jacob. That was a sin. That was a poor thing to do as a father. It was a poor thing to do serving God, to favor one son above the others and to have favoritism in that way. So that's something to keep in mind. Let's keep reading. Verse 5. Then Joseph had a dream. When he told it to his brothers, they hated him even more. He said to them, "Listen to this dream I had. There we were, binding sheaves of grain in the field. Suddenly my sheaf stood up, and your sheaves gathered around it and bowed down to my sheaf." Sheaf of grain would be like we gather a bunch of sticks and bundle them up and tie them with a cord. So you can imagine all the bundles of sticks bowing down to Joseph's bundle of sticks. That's not a good image. Verse 8, "Are you really going to reign over us?" his brothers asked him. "Are you really going to rule us?" So they hated him even more because of his dream and what he had said. Then Joseph had another dream and told it to his brothers. "Look," he said, "I had another dream, and this time the sun, moon, and 11 stars were bowing down to me." Now, it's interesting because Joseph has how many brothers? 11 brothers, and a father and a mother, sun and the moon, right? He told his father and brothers, but his father rebuked him. "What kind of dream is that you have had?" he said. "Are your mother and brothers and I going to come bow down to the ground before you?" Joseph's brothers were jealous of him, but his father kept the matter in mind. Okay, we'll stop there. So we're getting to know Joseph a little bit in the beginning, and here's a question for you guys to talk about. What are some words that you would use to describe Joseph from the verses we just read? What do you think of him? Talk about that together. Maybe you can even send me a text, Daniel, and tell me, what do you guys think of Joseph right now at the beginning of his story? Let's keep that in mind because we're going to read more about him, and he's going to change and grow in different ways. And a lot of the reasons he's going to change and grow is because he's going to have suffering in different ways. So we'll learn about that in the next few days. I love you boys. I miss you guys. Happy birthday week, Jackson. We'll keep celebrating together. And Daniel, you guys make sure you're making things as easy for mommy and being as helpful for mommy as you can, okay? Do that for me, please. Love you, boys.